So I've just made a pair of Victorian hanging baskets for one of my clients, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. These are teeny tiny little plants. So in another month or so, these will fill out and spill over. And for now, you get to see the beautiful wrought iron and the sheet moss. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how you achieve this. Now, I've got some how-to videos on my Instagram, but when you have a hanging basket, a lot of times people will use the cocoa liner, which is that kind of waxy coated brown. And honestly, I just don't like the way it looks. To me, it looks dead. It doesn't look vibrant and inviting. You do you, but that's my preference, and my clients like the choices that I make. So there you go. So I do sheet moss, but on the inside, I have, you may not be able to see it, I have a layer of cocoa liner in between the soil and the sheet moss. And what that does is will protect against wind, it will protect against the sun. And here in Texas, it gets really, really hot. These are going to be hanging in a sunny outdoor area. So I need all the protection I can get. And in fact, at the base inside, I have a clear saucer that's going to act as just an additional reservoir of water. That is going to encourage the roots of these beautiful plants to grow deep and seek that out on the interior of this large ball. And which will help. This is going to be on a drip that will run down the hanging mechanism. It will get pinned along to the inside of this so that you don't see it, and then come into the center, and will go off probably 3 times a week for a space of 10 minutes, and then in another hour it'll go on for another 10 minutes, just so it gets a good deep soak. In July and August, I am most likely going to take these off of the hanger, put them in a tub of water, and let them just soak, because they'll need that. And then once a month, I'll give them a granular feeding, maybe a little bit of my special foliar feed that I love so much, that is tailored to each plant and what it needs. But you'll also notice that I have layers of where the plants are coming out, and that's what gives a lot of professional hanging baskets their really lush and full look. These are just a handful of 4-inch plants, and it already looks lush, but I'll show you in a month just how full it can get. So I'll put the link for my Instagram down below, and thanks for watching. Happy gardening. Okay, first I have this wrought iron. This is really heavy, so for stability, I've got it sitting in a pot. And what I've done is I've done a first layer of sheet moss. And on the inside, I have the cocoa liner. So I buy big rolls of cocoa liner, and I've cut a strip, and you'll notice that I have fringed the bottom. And that way, when I lay it down inside, these, they kind of will curve over each other like that. And so they don't sit up on the side. I want them to kind of curve down towards the bottom. And if you look in there, see? And it's okay that it's not perfect. I've got like a little spot right here, but there's gonna be a plant that comes out of here, so I'm not that worried. But it's really hot where I live. It's Texas. So I need these to make it through the summer. So I've gotta do a little bit extra. And in fact, I'm even going to put right in the center a clear plastic saucer, just as an extra source of storing water. So let's get going. I'm gonna start filling this up with soil. So the first plant is in, and I wanted to show you, I couldn't show you while I was doing it because it requires 2 hands, but you'll see that I've got the wrought iron bars right here. So I very purposefully did this in strips instead of a solid piece, because I'm coming in, and if you'll look and see, this is fresh out of the container. And what I did is I pulled that very gently through these 2 bars, and then I'm just tucking this moss back over to cover it. And this is going to get pushed down into the soil so that I can put some more plants on the top. But one of the things that that's a trick that professionals do is you layer where these different flowers are coming out of these baskets. And that's what helps it look so lush and full, is it's not relying on everything just coming over, but it gives it a sense of this has been growing and blooming for ages. So there's a teeny little trick, and this is why you start with small plants.